Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your monthly reading for September 2023. This is for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Pisces. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So Pisces, this is going to be a very interesting month, and this is possibly, just looking at what's going on for you, possibly one of the most game-changing months for you before we enter fall. Okay, well, here in the northern hemisphere, but Pisces, the reason I say that is because there's a lot of activity that's happening for you that is very transformative. Now, September, this is what September is going to be like for you, Pisces. First things first, it's going to be very interesting. It's be very Jekyll and Hyde. The first 2 weeks of September are going to be very different from the last 2 weeks of September, okay? I have a feeling that you're going to have most of your transformation during the first 2 weeks. A lot of deep diving, a lot of really getting not only cerebral, but like very visceral, really feeling things really on a spiritual level. Like if there was like a class on like spirituality, like advanced spirituality, because we're still in the shadow in the full moon that was in your sign at the end of August. So you're going to feel the effect of that. But remember all the planets that are retrograde. Now, speaking of retrogrades, every planet is retrograde. We're going to talk about this a little bit later, but with planets retrograde, they're in their weakened states. They're sleeping. They're taking naps. So we don't have the full powers of that of these planets, and so it's really allowing you to really go deep, to really connect on a spiritual level, to really be, listening to your inner voice. You get in touch with your higher self. Okay, now, the one planet that is not retrograde is Mars, and Mars is a planet of war. It's a ruling planet for Aries. And where did Aries come from? The god of war, right? So Mars is in Libra all month long. Libra is a sign of peace. So do the math. Mars is going to be very active because all the other planets are like, oh, right? And Mars is like, boom, boom, boom. Your actions, your passions, your drive, your desires, ambition, just going blazing forward. But Mars does not like being in Libra. Okay, Mars is detriment in Libra. It's the opposite sign. So it's going to be very interesting. Now, here's the thing. It's all about balance. This is all about you taking control of this energy, you really, really owning it now. Okay, I've been saying in every reading that think of September, you're on a kayak, okay, but you're on a kayak with like friends and family and whatnot, and they've all had a little too much to drink, and you got Aunt Hillary over here just she's still got the wine bottle in her hand, tipping over the kayak on this side. You got, Uncle Bobby and your friend Ricky over on this side doing the Macarena, and it's a wobbly kayak. It's your job to keep it steady. It's your job to keep it balanced, okay? This is your duty. This is the kayak of your life for September. And the whole goal, especially with Mars and Libra, is to be balanced, to have that balance, to, seize the opportunities to keep that balance, but also go after the things that you want. Now, the reason why this is going to be deeply transformative for you is because Mars in Libra is in your 8th house of death and rebirth, of transformation, and this is really big. It's also other people's resources and income, if that is something that it's something that you could be some activity that around that could be happening in your life. And when I say other people's income, other people's resources, it could be your partner's income. You could see a lot of activity with that. You could see things in terms of inheritance, in terms of investments, bonuses, commissions, even paying off debts or whatnot. But remember, this is Mars really just going like gangbusters now in a sign that it doesn't like being in. It's so it's gonna rock the kayak. It's gonna rock the kayak. So you have to keep that control, and you have to make sure that it is just something that helps you, okay, accomplish the things that you want moving forward. Remember, all the planets are retrograde, but Venus is finally waking up on September 3rd. Venus is finally waking up and going direct. Now, she will still be in her shadow phase, all right, throughout the month. So we're still not, we're just, you're going to start feeling a little bit more breakthrough in that area. And again, what's really interesting, Venus has been in Leo, all right, retrograded in Leo, which is your sixth house of everyday activities, your routines, your habits, but also a lot of work, labor, the process of work, employees or whatnot. If you're, the CEO of a business or you own your own business, there's a lot of activity that could be where you have like more clarity around now, okay? And a lot of maybe like breaking things off with some people. It is going to be a lot of clarity is going to come through, because this is a month where even though the first 2 weeks, we were under the shadow of the full moon that was in your sign, so you feel that the most. And it's like this personal transformation that you're really wanting to go through. It is going to feel like quicksand. Like things are going to feel really slow. But again, it's really interesting because Mars is going to say, nope, nope, nope. I'm going to be Dennis the Menace, and I'm going to make a lot of, things happen for you, okay? Or against you, and then you got to, take care of that activity. That Mars is, he can be trying to pull the rug under your feet too as well, but a lot of emphasis on relationships. I'm not going to lie. This is kind of like the time of like, let's work together energy, okay? Let's work together energy. But again, it's all about that equilibrium. Now, the reason why I say it's like 2 different weeks, because Mercury finally goes direct mid-month, okay? And so, again, Mercury will be in shadow toward the end of it, but Mercury going direct is a big thing. This is happening at the same time as the new moon in Virgo. So if you saw my last weekly reading, you know that Mercury is in Virgo in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Mars is in Libra, the native ruler of partnerships and relationships. So this can be a big deal for you, and you could see a lot of activity around this month, right? It's gonna be very eye-opening. You could have a lot of changes, but based on what you believe, based on the transformation you want. All right. Now, Mercury in Virgo, like I said, that is like Velma of Scooby-Doo energy. Just really, really going deep into things that, issues, right? Issues that you may have had, identifying them now. Virgo is very detail-oriented. It is very, very, not only detail-oriented, but very analytical. So identifying things that are holding you back, things that you do want to change, and then come new moon in Virgo mid-month, boom, all right? You're going to see a lot of new opportunities, a lot of changes, okay? Speaking of change, Pisces, you are a mutable sign, and so is Virgo. Virgo is very mutable, so expect change. Mutable, it's just being able to adapt to these changes better than other signs. So that works in your benefit. Halfway through the month, the sun will be moving into Libra, so it's really putting the spotlight on a lot of these changes and transformation that's going to be happening in your life. So very interesting here, because it's really nice. The sun is all about optimism. It's shining light into these parts of your life, but it's also bringing a lot of resolution. So something that I said in another sign is like, think of so you're having a party. It's an I love dry sand party. Okay. Mars has come with a water gun. And so the sun coming into the picture around the 23rd, that is good. Okay. Because the sun in Libra has joined Mars in Libra. So the sun is kind of like looking over at you and saying, do you see that? You take care of that. All right. So the sun is on your side. So I really love this. So just keep in mind it's mid-month. All right. The last 2 weeks of September, none of the planets are retrograde, or the inner planets. Okay. So Mars, Mercury, Venus, we feel those the most. They're inner planets. So it's a good thing. And so you're going to see a lot of changes start happening for you. Now, the last thing I'm going to point out is that, we have a full moon in Aries at the end of the month. So what I want you to do is I want you to think back what happened for you March 21st, okay, of this year. I want you to think of what happened between March 21st and April. And the reason I say that is because there's always a corresponding new moon. This full moon in Aries corresponding to the new moon in Aries that we had March 21st. But this was the year where we had that very interesting new moon in Aries in March, but also the new moon in Aries that happened on April 19th. That was a solar eclipse. So if you think about these new moons, the energy of these new moons spill over for weeks. And so that's why I want you to think about what happened between March 21st and about, end of April. All right. Because and think about what you were trying to manifest, things that were on your mind, things that you were thinking about. A lot of it, honestly, Pisces, was money. A lot of it was career. You're probably making these deep decisions. You're probably wanting to make more money. Jupiter was at a point before that was in. Well, at that time, Jupiter was in Aries. Okay, so it really that was your second house of income, of salary, of finances. All right, if you're not here for money, self-worth, self-value, all right, finding comfort in those areas. If you don't journal, I always say just go through your social media feed, see what you were writing about, see the things that you were liking, just think about what was on your mind, because you could see some activity around this time. Okay, you could see some activity around this time. Last thing I'm going to mention, because a lot of people ask for this, the best day of the month is the 8th, and I want you to mark this on your calendar. The sun is going to trine Jupiter. Absolutely amazing. And it's actually like what's building up to this. That first week of September is going to really affect you in a big way. So it's not only the best day of the month, it is and best and luckiest day of the month. It is among the best and luckiest days of the year. All right. So again, like I said, even though the first 2 weeks are kind of like, retrogrady and such, there's still things that are going to be happening. Okay, so don't think that it's just going to be like this like slow like quicksand tar pit energy. Like things will happen. Okay, things will happen. So that said, Pisces, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's see what's going on for you for September 2023. This is for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising. If you know your birth chart, feel free to read for your moon and your Venus. I would actually this month recommend both, because Venus is just starting to wake up, so you will see all that activity, especially like breakthrough energy, things that you want to change in your life. And when it comes to love and money, right, and even creativity, okay, the things that Venus rules, even sex, right, obviously Venus, rules that. And also your moon, because it is, again, we are the shadow of the full moon in your sign, but also we have a very powerful and auspicious new moon mid-month, and toward the end of the month, that full moon in Aries, that's also very, very powerful. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is, if you are new to my channel, I do leave all the key astrological dates in the description box. And don't forget, after I do your spread here, stick around, because I pull more cards. I break it down week by week. I let you know. I give you a little bit of insight what to expect every week this month, okay? And I do this in addition to the weekly readings that I do. So with that said, Pisces, let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you for September 2023. Now, Pisces, like I said earlier, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. Really does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, my dog has taken up my table space again. So I'm going to make sure you see all these cards, and she knows it. She's like, we just came back from WALK, and she is going to be passed out the entire time. It was a really long one, too. So I'm just going to push this back a little bit so you can see a little bit more of your spread. All right, there we go. Cool. Okay, Pisces. Yeah, this is going to be a big month. You're fine. You're good. You're absolutely good. That full moon in Pisces that happened really could have had a huge impact on you in the way that you see yourself and the changes that you wanted to make in your life. And it seems like it really empowered you. It should have empowered you. Even if there were things that happened that was just like challenging, it was like, I'm done with this. And like, I love that about you. Now, you got strength, okay? You got strength in the in your past. So you're good, okay? Because like I said, this is empowerment. This is you like, hey, I not only do I have strength and I have like all that inner courage and I know what I want to do and I'm not going to let anything get in the way of that. This is also really having that strength to resist the things that you know you shouldn't do as well. Okay. This card is actually ruled by Leo. So again, remember Venus waking up in Leo. Venus is in Leo for the rest of the month, okay? And so keep that in mind because this is going to be a very big thing. The other thing I was going to say is October is eclipse season. I hope you know that. So when I say you're going through changes, you're going to feel big changes, really deep transformational changes because Mars in Libra is going through, not blazing only through October or September, but also till mid-October until we get to that solar eclipse in Libra, in your 8th house of transformation, of death and rebirth, a new life cycle. So really good. I love this energy for you, especially because it's saying that, you know, with strength coming up in your past, again, it's like, if you've had challenges, it's like, I've had it. I'm not letting anything, you know, I feel strong now. Whatever's happened has empowered me. And, you know, it depends on what day you watch this reading because this did come in your past. And so if you haven't, have that moment now. Tap into your spirit animal, tap into your spirit guides, find that source of strength that makes you feel that you can take on the world and nothing can get in your way. And it looks like you will because you got the Chariot and the heart of your spread. There you go. I love this. Absolutely love this energy, especially because the Chariot is ruled by Cancer, your BFF, fellow water sign. But the Chariot is a cardinal sign, okay? And so cardinal signs are all about leadership and taking action and stepping up, right? And so and it's really interesting because a lot of people ask like, why is the Chariot Cancer? Cancer is the nurturing emotional sign. No, well, they're cardinal signs and they're leaders and they don't F around. So the Chariot, this is all about leaving any obstacles, any challenges, having that willpower, really coming into your own, really knowing nothing can stop me now. I'm moving forward. Coming after the strength card, that's like double the energy here. I absolutely love this for you. I 1000% love this for you. This is one thing I want you to know. Remember how I said this month is all about maintaining that balance, that equilibrium. Well, you can see the two sphinxes here. They're very mysterious, right? Going opposite directions. This is those polarities in your life. These are those dualities in your life, but this is having control of them, okay? One thing I'm going to point out, you see that he doesn't even have reins. He's holding the magician's baton that we see in the first card. You see on his shoulders the slivers of the moon from the high priestess. You see the city in the background from the emperor. You see the lingam and the yoni in his chariot from the lover's card. So it's like through your journey, through the fool's journey, through the hero's journey, you're learning, you're adapting, you're growing, you're maturing into your own. And that is why he does not need reins. He controls those sphinxes, those dualities, those polarities with his mind. This is willpower. You are going to be fine. I love this for you. And 7, by the way, is all about introspection, okay? 2023 is the year of 7. I absolutely love this for you. You did get the Knight of Swords in the your challenge area. And so one thing that I want you to know is like there's this sense of major empowerment in for you in September. Okay, again, a lot of personal like transformation, identity. Like, I know what I want. I'm gonna go for the things that I want. Nothing's gonna get in my way. But with the Knight of Swords in your challenge area, just be sure to you could be thinking a lot and really just going forward with a lot of these ideas that you have. But I want you to remember it is retrograde month. Mercury is retrograde the first 2 weeks of the month. So uh, if your mind could be going a million miles a minute, right? I mean, this is the Knight of Swords. Knights are fire, swords are air. What happens when you put fire and oxygen together? Whoosh, which is really good. I'm not gonna lie, but when it's in your challenge area, it's like up here, slow it down a bit, all right? That and it's all about communication at this point, all about your thought process, all about even decision making, but having that clarity is really important. Okay, so the one thing about the Knight of Swords is he is going really fast. When he's in your challenge area, there is this tendency where you may be a little too impulsive. So just watch that, because again, with the Strength card next to the Chariot, that is really powerful. That is really powerful. So it's almost like, be careful with the things that you say this month. Be careful with the way that you communicate, especially the first 2 weeks when Mercury is retrograde, right? It's like a lot of miscommunication, a lot of mishaps in that direction, but also be a little bit more grounded too when it comes to the things that you're thinking about, okay? I'm not telling you like not to dream big, but with a Knight of Swords here, it's like some of the things like you really spend time like marinating on it, because again, with him being so impulsive, like he could trip. Okay, now the Hermit in your crown, absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. You are possibly thinking about partnerships, you are possibly thinking about relationships this month. The Hermit is ruled by Virgo. Remember, Mercury is in Virgo, all right, and that is ruling your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. But I do like Virgo, Mercury and Virgo. It is again, I did say Virgo is very detail oriented and analytical, even to like that perfectionist energy, but it's a softer sign. It's a feminine sign. It's like service to others, okay? But the Hermit here, this is all about that soul searching that I was telling you about, to do that this month, the transformations that you want, okay? Seeking, it's like you have these ideas of your future, and some of y'all may not, and that's why you want this transformation, because you want to see what is coming next. You want to be able to create this amazing future for yourself. In order to do that, you have to go within. That's what the Hermit is doing. That's why he's the Hermit. He's removed himself from everyone. He's made all these accomplishments. Now he's got the big question: what comes next? What comes next? Okay, so it's the same thing for it's like if you climbed Mount Everest, you're not gonna go out there and like party and do you know what I mean, like or like flip up your iPad and watch The Witcher. You're gonna have those deep reflective moments, like look at where I am in my life. Look how far I've come. Now I've done this big thing. What's next for me? So have those deeply reflective moments, okay? It looks like you will be with a Hermit in your crown. You'll be thinking about that. And what I love about this is that it's coming with the 3 of Cups and the root of your spread. So there is cause for celebration this month. There's something that this month that could be, there's two messages coming up. One is that there could actually be, it could be something in your world, within your orbit, where you're celebrating, maybe it's someone's birthday, someone's baby shower, someone's wedding, that really fuels you into thinking about what you want, right? It's that moment where it's like you have this insight into, okay, this happened. It makes you think about like what you want for your future, and that's why you're really digging deep. But for a lot of y'all, it is going to be something that you celebrate. All right. Again, this new moon in Virgo is very powerful. This Mars and Libra energy is really powerful for you, especially. All right, Mars in your 8th house is big. That's big. That's huge. So there is a sense of celebration. There is a sense of really just like having these bonding moments. Now, if you don't forget, both Uranus and Jupiter are in your 3rd house. 3rd house is not only communication and writing and really really being on that platform where you are getting your words out there, and even to a point where you're very influential, like you're on this platform. But the 3rd house also rules like siblings and aunts and cousins and even neighbors, like But and the reason I bring that up is because these are three sisters toasting each other. At the core of this card, it's bonding. So there could be like an element of bonding with family or siblings. And when I say family and siblings, like it's not, exclusive to like biological, like, we live in an era where we choose our own families. We get to choose our own families. And, I have my family, like my biological family down in Georgia, but I have like my family up here in New York. Right. And so it's, my friends or whatnot. So it's what resonates with you, but there is going to be something that you should be looking forward to celebrating this month. And it could be something brand new because it is three. Three is all about not only, resonating with a chariot here, because this is also, three is all about growth. It's all about development, but it's also creation. It's a birth of new things. So there could be something brand new that happens. And then with the King of Wands in your future, that's affirmation. This is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely wonderful. So you can possibly feel a lot of things starting to change in your life this month, because remember what I said. You got strength here, all right? Remember I said it's ruled by Leo. Now, you got the King of Wands, who is Leo, all right? Remember I said Venus in Leo, okay? It's a big thing. Venus rules love. Venus rules money. Venus rules creativity, all those things, everything that that Venus represents. But being in Leo, like, this is really great because this is, again, it's in your future. You'll be sitting in that throne. And this is very related to, it's the wand. So creativity, passions, your ideas, everything that you've been working for. It's like you're going from strength to the chariot to the King of Wands. It's like nothing. When I say nothing can stop me now energy, I'm going to get what I want this month energy. Boom. This is absolutely amazing. This is 1000% huge. The other thing I'm going to show you is that, speaking of transformation, this is one of the most transformative kings. He's got not only, you see the salamander there by his feet, right? Back in the medieval times, they thought salamanders were fireproof. They could live through fire. Wands are fire. They represent fire. So the salamander here, you can see it in the his throne and his cape in the shape of the Ouroboros, which is change. It's life cycles. It's a unity of things. It's the everlasting. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. So some of y'all will find a lot of progress, activity, and newness when it comes to career or your passions or, ideas that you have, but just jobs and side hustles or whatever you're working on. There's this sense of influence. Like, again, you're moving into this place where you are not only more influential, but a lot more empowered. I love this for you, Pisces. This is absolutely amazing. Okay, let's get to your staff. Wow. Pisces, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from y'all. I want to hear from y'all. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. Oh, by the way, I know not a lot of, I do leave a Sunday community post every Sunday. So I respond to like a lot of questions or whatever, but I make a lot of announcements, and I have my first guest, and it's Susan King. And I think that you're going to love her because she's an intuitive, and she's actually a renowned, like world renowned intuitive. And I'm really happy to have her on my show. Like, I've known her for a long time. But definitely mark that in your calendar, the 10th. And so it's the people, so she will do like psychic readings or whatever, or, like read people that are in the session. You have to be like a the tier 3 member of my channel to have access to that, to be part of the live session. But I will have that on after, and she will be talking about intuition and exercises and things that you can do to really elevate. It's going to be great. It's going to be really awesome. So mark that in your calendar. Oh my gosh, Pisces. Oh, this is going to be a great month for you. This is going to be a great month for you. All right, let's get started. Queen of Wands. So you see that you got the pair here. You got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, the two entrepreneurs of the courts. I mean, come on. This is big. You know, this is big. This is absolutely huge. And I really love this for you, because there is so much focus on that. And then it's the Queen of Wands can get whatever she wants. She has the power to attract whatever she wants. So keep your eyes on the prize. Do not be distracted. Do not let anything get in the way of you getting what you want this month. Okay? Really, really. I mean, again, Mars is there to transform your life, but it looks like you're going to be owning Mars. This is absolutely amazing. You even see like the sunflower in her hand. It has the full powers of the sun: vitality, growth, abundance, optimism. You even see it in her throne. So we really are like, there is that huge connotation, like connection with the sun card. But this is absolutely amazing. I really love the fact that you got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And the difference between them, like the King of Wands, their powers are a lot more exterior. It's a lot more, and their energies are more exterior than the Queen's, which is like more interior. But she is so magnetic. She is powerful. They're so powerful here. But they're also like really fun loving too. Now, you also got the Six of Swords in your external factors area. Remember, you got the Chariot in the heart area spread, moving forward from any obstacles, not letting anything like hold you down anymore. You stepping up. You got the Six of Swords, which is also, look at my finger, on the turbulent waters. Look at where they're going. Smooth sailing from this point forward. There is no undulation in that water there. I mean, you are, and sort of the mental suit. So again, a lot of like logic, communication, a lot of like even truth seeking, and that like in terms of self-discovery. But you're good. You're good. It came in your external factors area. You're good. It's almost like this. Think of it as like not only you like moving forward, because remember you have to take that action to move forward, but it's almost like there's a sense of like the wind is blowing in your favor. Okay, there's a lot of like the universe is truly on your side this month, especially with the Chariot and the Six of Swords. You're good. You're good. You're leaving a lot of things in the past. And again, I'm I'm not surprised with that full moon in Pisces. Full moons do bring a lot of closure. They bring a lot of like the end of something, the start of a new cycle. Look at this. You're absolutely fine because you also got the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is all about preparing himself for this big change that's about to happen in his life. That's what you want to do, is like have this new, in September, have this new perspective, look at things in a new way. And you see that he's actually hanged himself upside down. You see the halo around his head. That's a lot of enlightenment. He's got a smile on his face because he wants this change. And the Hanged Man comes right before the Death card. Okay, so he's preparing himself for the Death card. Is all about like this transformational process, this new cycle in your life that you're about to go through. But be prepared, okay? And it's something that you want. It's almost like there's nothing more you want than change and positive change. And you're headed in the right direction and you're going to have it. It's absolutely amazing. This is possibly one of your best monthly readings. Like, and the Hanged Man, a lot of the ruling planet for the Hanged Man is Neptune, and as we know, Neptune is in your sign right now. So really, like, oh my gosh, go above and beyond with your belief system, with even your imagination, and just again, that spirituality. Neptune is retrograde in your sign right now, but that again, like I said, allows you to tap into your spiritual self. And this is a very spiritual card here, right? Just really tapping into your higher self and really knowing what you want before going into this transformation. And then finally, the Ten of Cups and your final outcome. This card is ruled by Pisces. This is the card of happy family, happy home, happy life, happy couple, happy everything. This is your final outcome. You are good. In fact, like I said, I think this is one of your best monthly readings. And I'm very happy for it. I'm actually really proud of you because September is not an easy month. It's one of those. It's a tricky month, but it's almost like that full moon in Pisces, like that we had at the end of August, really empowered you, and really like you had this moment of like, I can't, I'm F it. I'm going after the things I want. I'm putting all my heart, soul, blood, sweat, tears, energy, everything toward everything I'm passionate about, especially work, especially relationships. You're moving forward, and then you have basically the happy ending fairy tale with the 10 of cups. You see the cups aligned in the rainbow, the only rainbow in tarot indicating a promising future. You also see, and the cups in the rainbow, a lot of enlightenment there. So Pisces, oh my goodness, this is your best monthly reading. I'm gonna have to look back and see the last time or how long it's been, but this is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely amazing. You know, this is a great spread. I absolutely love this. Yeah, you're good. You're good. So, as I promised, I break it down week by week to give you an idea of what to expect every week this month. So, Venus, like I said, is starting to go direct. We'll go direct on the 3rd, the day after Mercury trines Jupiter. This is absolutely huge. So, again, there could be something about relationships here. You could have, it's a really good day to communicate, but remember, Mercury is retrograde. So, a lot of like nostalgic moments are really good around this time. So, if you're like traveling, which you may do, remember Jupiter is in your 3rd house. It does rule short distance travel. I go try to do something that will be nostalgic for you. Like go back to places that made you really happy. Okay, it can be like, you know, the Cheers bar in Boston, or I don't know, whatever's like, you know, like places that that brought you happiness, or makes, you know, brings back like really fond memories. Jupiter goes retrograde on that same day. We'll talk about that more in the weekly reading. It's not like a bad thing. It's just like in kind of like a more low powered mode, but it's not. It's fine. It's really really. You can find luck and kind of like these really fun like moments of like unexpected like luck and prosperity and good fortune and areas of your life that you didn't expect. Like I've been making the analogy, it's like, you know, after not wearing your winter coat for so long, you put on your winter coat and you find all this money in the pocket, like those kind of things. I mean, obviously deeper than that, but you see what I'm going with. Now, the sun is going to conjunct Mercury on the 6th. That's a major Kazemi. Okay, we're going to talk about in the weekly reading. Big moment of clarity for you, Pisces. Huge. All right. Again, a lot of y'all, it's going to resonate with relationships and partnerships. Keep that in mind. Mark it in your calendar because both Mercury and the Sun are in Virgo. Remember, your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So, with that said, don't forget Sun trining Jupiter on the 8th. Best day of the month, luckiest day of the month, one of the best of the year. I mean, it's just a very optimistic day. So there's, you could find like a lot of success on the things that you're focusing on around this time. I mean, this is like really good, like overcoming like challenges, energy, overcoming like setbacks, a lot of growth and prosperity around this time as well. But you already got that here in your spread. I mean, this is huge. So let's see what's going on for you, Pisces, for the first week of September. You're good. I mean, when I talk about that empowerment, you're good. You just got the emperor, who is the ruler, okay? The ruler, right? This is, you know what this is? This is mastery of self. It really is. Remember, we're coming after that full moon in Pisces. You've learned a lot and you know what you want, and you're heading in the right direction. Ruler of his kingdom, his destiny. But the bigger takeaway is like being the author of your own story at this point. There could be a lot of like, he is also like the dad of tarot, so a lot of energy around like a parental, like it could be coming through. And it's not, you know, it's very masculine energy, the emperor, okay? Very masculine energy, but even still, it really is just like, you're going to be sitting in that throne. Now, the second week of September, we have that new moon in Virgo. This is a great new moon in Virgo. Uranus is very harmonious. Now, what I love about this is the fact that Pluto is also like, Pluto is actually very in like on its best behavior. Okay, really good alignment. The sun is trining Uranus at this time. The sun is trining Uranus on the day after. So this is okay. So this is what makes this new moon in Virgo so special, is because Uranus is very harmonious. Uranus, the planet of surprises, but then the day after, the sun is trining Uranus. So around this time, and the same day Mercury goes direct. So around this time, you could get some really surprising moments, really surprising news. It really, again, it could be around relationships and partnerships. Again, career, work matters, anything that's going on there. With Venus starting to wake up, it could be like even like health, things that, good news around health. And also relationships at home, like partnerships, like love as well. But like really good, surprising news. But also a time for you to just try new things and be adventurous and really take some risks, really like step out of your comfort zone, try something new. This is, with these placements, it really is a good time. And then on the 16th, Venus is squaring Jupiter. We've had a couple of these already. So it's almost like, it's like like in the movies where the cops are like, but like bumping against a door to open it because they don't have like the key. It's like we've had a couple of these, and now it's like you're finally going to break through that door. Okay, so keep that in mind. Again, this is going to be it's also a day to just treat yourself after the kind of like crazy few months we've had. Treat yourself. Okay, that's all you have to do on the 16th. So let's see what's going on for you, Pisces, for the second week of September. Oh my God. You're good. You're good. You're absolutely good, Pisces. I don't even think Mars in Libra is going to be a challenge for you at all. I don't think it's going to be a challenge for you at all. Look at this. There's so much empowerment here. There's so much of you getting what you want. There's so much of you like having that happy ending. Finally, just everything working out. And then now you have Justice, who, by the way, is, sits in the middle pillar, sits in the, right in the middle of the major arcanas. So that balance energy that I was talking about, Justice is ruled by Libra. Mars is in Libra. It seems like you're going to be fine. And whatever Mars trudges up, as long as you handle it, it's like you're going to be cashing in your karma points. There's so much karma that's attached to this card, okay? Because Justice, sitting in the middle of the major arcanas, it's, think about like everything, when I say karma, everything that you've done in the past is really reflective of what's happening now and what you can expect for the future. And so with the Justice card coming up, it's like everything that you've done has been a force of good. It's almost like you're cashing in your karma points. This is amazing. And if you feel that there's still some things going on, use that sword. Use that sword to cut it from your life, okay? That's going to bring that balance. That's going to keep that scale in his hand, her hand, balanced, right? And so I really love this. I absolutely love this, especially because the Justice card is, and I'm going to make this really quick, but really, with her being card 11, okay, it's 2. All right, so there is a reference to the High Priestess, who is a guardian of the subconscious, and then with the High Priestess, there's that veil, like, and you see it here, but also referencing the Magician as well. I mean, look at the way the posture, it's just like the Magician here. So you're fine. You're good. You're 1,000% good. You're 1,000% good. Now, the third week of September, the biggest day that I really want you to pay attention to, the 20th. That is when the sun is going to trine Pluto. Extremely powerful. Again, we're going to talk about this in the weekly reading, but this is like all about empowerment, all about feeling empowerment through the experiences that you're going to have of what you do. It could be like a pretty intense day because it is the sun trining Pluto, a very transformative planet. Okay? Very powerful planet. Okay? It is in Capricorn, so that is your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams. Also your social network too. Now, on the 23rd, the sun enters Libra. We fully go into Libra season. You're going to start feeling these changes through your life throughout October as well. It is the same day that we have the autumn equinox here in the northern hemisphere. So, again, a lot of change, especially coming out of Virgo season, which is a mutable sign, bringing that change. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what you can expect for the third week of September. Ah, shoot. Oh my gosh. You see this, right? Pisces, you have a lot of power. You have a lot of power. Use it. Use it. Transform your life. Don't forget, you have the 10 of Cups in your final outcome. Transform your life. Do it. You want it. You want it. You got the Hanged Man right here. Your biggest hope of the month. Now, you got 3 very powerful major arcanas. You see they're all wearing red. Red for passion, red for power. And you got the Hierophant. So, hello. That's really big. That's really big. The Hierophant is, you can see him, and actually both the Justice card. They're very similar, but you can see that they're both sitting between the, I'm sorry, I can't find the camera. You can see that they're both sitting between the 2 gray columns, okay? Gray and Tarot's wisdom. And the Hierophant is a connector between the divine and our physical reality. This is spiritual, like very spiritual, but it's also like what's bringing you that wisdom, what's bringing you like that deep sacred knowledge. It's like that sense of empowerment is coming in all forms, and you really tapping into like your spiritual side at this point. But also, again, that feeling of you being very influential, as someone who can spread your, great wisdom, everything that you've learned in your journey, you being someone that people look up to now. You're good. You're absolutely good. I love this. I love this. You know what's really funny too is that, remember I said the sun is trining Pluto? Well, that is in your 11th house, which is like your hopes and wishes, but it's also, like I said, your social network, but groups you belong to, organizations you belong to. Well, that's what the Hierophant is. It's a very big connotation to organizations and groups here as well. So there could be you like having a sense of maybe even starting a new organization or even joining a new organization. Maybe it is like the I love like cats that are purple during the moonlight phases of the winter club. I don't know, whatever you're into, Pisces, whatever you're into. That was so random, but you're good. You're absolutely good. I've never seen the Emperor, the Justice, and the Hierophant show up like this in the weekly, like the breakdown. This is really crazy. This is really good. I mean, you're gonna have so much power this month. Now, the last week of September, we have our second Mercury trining Jupiter, which is the second time this month, okay? But Mercury's no longer retrograde. This is really great. This is, we're really, really lucky to have this, to be honest, to have it twice in a month. Being very clear in communication. You could give good news. You could hear good news. Really nice news. There's a lot of focus on growth and development with this aspect. We already have that in your spread here. And then we come to the full moon in Aries. okay, on the 29th. And I actually love this full moon in Aries, all right? So Mars, by the way, Venus is pretty much awake at this point. And so Mars is like, instead of like being Dennis the Menace, he's like, oh, hello, right? So it's kind of nice because we can, not worry about Mars a little bit at this point. So I really like this full moon in Aries. And remember, this is all in your second house: salary, finances, even self-worth, self-value if you're not here for money. But there is going to be, with the Venus square Uranus on that same day, again, just having this breakthrough in like, what brings me pleasure, what do I value, those kind of moments. So I really love that for you. And then the 30th, Mercury trining Uranus. Like, we'll talk about this during the weekly reading. This is really big. Mercury, the planet of communication, the messenger, trining Uranus, which is in your third house of communication. Like, come on, this is big. This is really, really big. So another day where you could just get really surprising news or new possibilities around this time. Just be very inventive, very creative around this time. But in any case, the big thing is the full moon in Aries. But let's see what's going on for you, Pisces, for the last week of September. Yeah. Two of Swords. So it looks like there is going to be a sense of making a decision, okay? Making a decision, but in order to make that decision, you have to remember, do that soul searching, go deep, okay? Go deep. Learn from everything that you've gone through and have that breakthrough, because everything, you're going to be fine. This is, interestingly, Moon in Libra. Okay, it's attributed to Moon in Libra. So again, you're getting the Moon. So have that moment of intuition. Trust your intuition. That's going to help you be able to take that blindfold off. But there is going to be something that you're going to have to make a big decision. And I'm getting it's a good one. So remember, I said with this full moon in Aries, there's full moons bring closure to something, but the power is in your hands, clearly. And then with all of the Emperor, the Justice, Hierophant, you have so much power. So there is going to be a moment where you're going to have to make a decision about this transformation in your life. It could be like a new job coming in, and it's like, oh, okay, what do I do now? Like, do I take this job? It could be 2 job offers. It could be 2 suitors if you're looking for love. It could be, whatever resonates with you. But the power is in your hands, okay? But it's just a reminder. It's a gentle reminder that any decision you make, don't do it in a hasty way. Do not do it in a way where things are just like impulsive. You have to go really deep and have that moment, and you're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine, Pisces. I love this reading for you. This is possibly one of your best monthly readings in I don't even know how long, but I've never seen this with the Emperor, Justice, Hierophant. Come on. This is powerful. This is powerful. This is insanely powerful. And speaking of power, look, come on. This is, and then your final outcome for September. You're good, Pisces. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Definitely want to hear from you. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.